Hi everyone, so in this video we are going to learn how to show and hide something using HTML and JavaScript. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to the style tag. We are going to make two classes. So the first one is going to be show, and I'm going to set display to block, and right below it I'm going to say .hide and open two curly braces. I'm going to set the display to none. Okay, so I have two classes here, and right here inside of body tag, you see I have this content. So I have a div with the ID of header, and inside of it I have this h2, and I have this image and a paragraph, and they are placed inside of that div. So this is the end of that div. And right below it I have a button with the ID of my button, and it says show right here. So you see it. So it says show, but now you know, even if I click on it, it's not going to work. So right here at the very end of the body tag, I have the script tag. So this is the opening of the script tag, and this is the end of the script tag. And I always place my script at the very end. So this is the end of the body tag. I place it right above it. All right, so place it here. So now our JavaScript will run smoothly. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this whole thing. So I'm going to hide this paragraph, this image, and this whole thing. I have given it the ID here, but I'm going to give it a class name. So I'm going to say class equals to, and then two empty quotations. So I'm going to say hide. If I add the class hide, I'm applying this class here. So you see display none, so it's going to hide it. But now whenever I click on this button show, let's say that I want to show that div. So to do that, we can add on click here. So on click, so whenever I click on this button, I'm going to run a function called show hide, and then you add two parentheses, just like that. Now going to the script tag. So inside of the script tag right here, we can use JavaScript. Let's make a function. So I'm going to say function show hide. So we will make that function, open two parentheses and two curly braces. I'm going to say document.get element by ID, and I'm going to say header and add a semicolon to the end of it. Now it's a good idea to store this in a variable. So I'm going to say let header equals to document.get element by ID header, and you see this header must match this header up here. So it's a match now. So you see it says header up here. We have the same here. So let's go to the next line. So inside of this function, we can make an if statement. So if, and then we add a condition inside of the parentheses. So if that condition is true, we are going to run the code between these two curly braces. And if it's something else, so else, we are going to run some other code. And let's go inside of the parentheses. We can check if it has the class name hide or show. We can say header. So header dot class list dot contains, and then you open two parentheses and two single quotes. So right here we can say show. So if it contains show, we are going to change it. So if this header has the class of show, we can change it to a different class. So we will remove the show first. So I'm going to say header dot class list dot remove. So let's remove show, and we can add the hide. So I can say header dot class list dot add. So let's add hide. Okay, and if it's the opposite, we are going to basically copy these two and paste it inside of the else statement. So if it's the opposite, we are going to remove hide and add show, the class show. All right, and this should do it. So now if I click on this show, you'll notice that it's going to show me my paragraph. And if I click on it again, it's going to hide it. But now you see there is a problem. So whenever I click on show, my button is still a show. It still says show. So I wanted to say hide when I click on it. And we can switch that. So you see right here, I have a button, and that's the button. So I have given it the ID of my button. So I can basically store it in a variable, or I can say, for example, inside of this first if statement. So inside of this if statement, this is the code that runs. So I'm going to say document, so document.get element by ID, open two parentheses, two single quotes, and let's copy that ID that we have given to this button. So I'm going to copy it and paste it here inside of the quotations. So my button.inner HTML equals to show. All right, so show. And if it's something else, we are going to hide. So I'm going to copy this line, and right here, I'm going to paste it here, and I'll change this one to hide. So now if I click on it, if you see it says show, it's going to show it, and it's going to change the text of the button to hide. So whenever I click on hide, it's going to say show again. So this is how you show and hide elements. I hope that you liked this video, everyone.